Hi, my name is Federico, I'm Italian and I'm 13. I'm attending the third year of lower secondary school in Italy, and I'm really convinced that the Italian Compulsory School system has to be changed. I say this because today in Italian schools there are subjects which are not considered as useful and important as they should be. I've been thinking about this for some years. Since I started secondary school, because at primary school we only studied the basic knowledge. When I started secondary school, I began thinking about what is the utility of drawing, what is the usefulness of playing the flute, especially of those subjects that I didn't consider very important. On the other hand, I don't ask myself a question like this if I wondered about other subjects that I believe to be very useful and important as English. Although I don't like English very much, I think it is one of the most important and fundamental subjects, because you can be an engineer, a businessman, a good politician, but if you don't speak English well, you will always be a step backward. So now the question is, could you be able to work with foreign companies or travel abroad if you don't know English? English is also useful in Italy and in our everyday life. For example, when you have to communicate with foreign people. But it is also important to know this language since many articles, videos and information on the internet are usually in English. Instruction manual themselves are written in English, from the vacuum cleaner manual that we don't even read to that of the computer, piston, or that one of assembly of an engine. In some cases, I also have to find some words on dictionaries or on translators, and I find it a faster situation. So it would be better to know the word and not to have to search for it. In Italy, we should give more importance to English at school, because in a ranking of the knowledge of English in various European countries with English as foreign language, Italy places in 33rd place, medium level of knowledge. At our level there are Hungary, Russia, Belarus and Albania, while below ours there are Armenia, Turkey and Azerbaijan. Above us there are most of the East Europe countries like Croatia, Poland, Romania and other European countries like France and Germany, while the best one are the Scandinavian countries. At the beginning of my schooling at secondary school, I thought that those subjects, such as art and music, were useless. But later on, I understood that they were important too, as general knowledge, because if we don't know who Leonardo da Vinci or Mozart was, we are rightly considered ignorant. Lately, I started to ask myself another question. Why don't we also give importance to law, economics and information technology? We know how to play flute, but do we know what law is? Do you know what happens if someone denuncias you? Do you know what happens to you if the company where you work in fails? Well, I'm talking to you, a 13-year-old Italian boy or girl. I'm not talking to a 40-year-old man or woman. Now let's talk about computer science. We talk a lot about processors, video cards, RAM, but do you exactly know what it is? Do you know how they can contribute to the playback of games, films, or videos? If you know it, probably you haven't studied it at school, but you have looked it up on the internet. You got a few pages, you have opened one, but it was about something else. Then you have opened another one, but it was written in a difficult language. Another one was incomplete. It wouldn't be better to talk about these topics at school, where a good teacher could have explained it to you better than anyone. Now let's turn to economics. Do you know what inflation and GDP is? Probably yes, but do you know how to pay taxes and what a Bitcoin is? I don't want that art and music history aren't studied at school, because I think they are important for our general culture, and at the same time I don't want you to think that subjects like Italian or maths are useless, because without the knowledge of Italian, we Italians will still be in the early 20th century, when soldiers in war couldn't communicate, and without maths there wouldn't be computer science and economics. But I also want to underline the importance of those subjects, which are now reserved to a few people and which have to be taught to all, as Italian and maths that are taught in all Italian schools. Subjects like law, economics, computer science, and also English, which is very undervalued as mentioned before, should be widely learned in Italian schools. The Italian Compulsory School should be reformed to introduce these subjects, enhance others such as English, and eliminate the unnecessary ones.